Oi, Da Vinci, stop that before the barman calls the cops. I try to make myself heard over the pounding music breaking through the sound suppression. I grab his great bloodied knife hand across the table, but it's only a ploy to get his attention, and he knows it. His knuckles are still wet and sticky with blood, and I can feel the prick of a glass splinter against my palm. He doesn't move a muscle to portray if he feels any pain.
Jake knows I work for Gray,
Wagner says with a dangerous glare at the barman.
He wouldn't dare.
He sounds almost disappointed. The barman eyes us while he talks to one of the clients at the bar. I guess he's uncomfortable having someone of Wagner's kind in here, and no wonder. A Goliath with clearance to the inner planets is invariably here to do violence. Having someone like Thorfinn Wagner performing violence in your bar is potentially lethal to everyone in the building. Wagner finally looks up, a dangerous glint in his deep-set eyes.
I wish he'd calls them a needs it kills.
Still on about that breeder crap, Finn? Drop it. It's not your thing, you know that.
Is great honor for my people. Honor lives forever.
Come on, you're not even interested in women.
It is the work of Frey. It pleases the gods.
He only needs 10 more kills and he will be a breeder, spending the rest of his days under the fur covers with the Valkyries on Elysium. I really need to keep an eye on him or he will run off on some high-score killing spree. Anyway, we're the good guys now, Finn. We don't kill cops. I lean against the hard sofa, sliding my arm out along the top of the seat to take the weight off my bullet-riddled back. Fuck, that feels weird. And the bastard got away, too. Still, it's not as bad as when I woke up in the rain. There's a strange tingling in my back, and I hope it's not getting infected. Wagner rolls his lips into something resembling a smile.
Still sore, huh?
He doesn't even pretend to empathize. Getting shot in the back outside of my apartment by a simple robber? It's not the way to impress anybody, especially not a Goliath. Like a whore in a cheap brothel. Had I been Nero Pretorius Gray, I would have fired my sorry ass and most definitely not paid for the expensive patch job in that fancy clinic. In his own way, I guess Gray is an okay guy. For a capitalist oligarch bastard. Wagner just laughs. I give him the finger. Thanks for the empathy, brother. Relax, Finn. I just had a couple of whiskeys too many, that's all. I'm starving. Let's bring up a menu and forget about this crap, okay? Gray doesn't have to know. If you don't tell him, you'll save him a spot of high blood pressure, and everybody wins. He is an old man. Leave him alone, and he might live a few more years yet. Come on, Finn. Cheer up. I'm buying. Wagner looks far from convinced, but when I tap the table's menu section and display the gastronomic treasures on offer in cheap, flickering hollow, he grumpily orders a 1-kilo steak. As always, he ticks the box for bloody as hell. There must be a wolf somewhere not too far down Wagner's family tree. He's far too fond of garlic to be a vampire. Feeding has never failed to put my big friend in a better mood. And if the food tastes half as good as it looks on the menu, this should have him purring like a kitten in no time. When our order finally arrives, we realize the pictures were probably stolen from some fancy uptown joint. The food that gets dumped on our table by a busty waitress, aged past the point where makeup and push-up can hide the influence of even Elysium's weak gravity, looks like shit. After the recent crackdowns by the health department, most places have shaped up their hygiene standards. And you will probably not die from a meal in a licensed restaurant in the city-state of Masada anymore. In a place like this, though, I'm not so sure. But my stomach is running on vapors and grumbling like crazy. Hoka hey, we take the leap of faith and dig in.